Hey guys, here at Mill Creek. This is near my home, and I fish this water a lot. The sun is not up yet, so I do have my Bergie and my light on my kayak because you never know who may be on the water out there. But today we're going to fish basically jigs. I'm going to do a half-ounce jig with a paddle tail. I'm going to put a jig on a beetle spin, and I'm going to do a little small, maybe quarter ounce, 3/8, something like that jig. And I'm going to be fishing points, like right there, that point there, and then there are 4 other points that I'm going to be fishing as well. What I'm targeting today are rockfish, little red drum, sea trout, perch, and a buddy of mine says he's been catching weak fish out here, so we'll see what we can do with that. And he showed me the spots he was catching them on, so we'll take a look at that as well. I'm not too sure, I've never caught one, but he said he found a little hole that was holding him. He was catching them last night, so we'll try that out. And we'll hit the points, and then we'll also probably, as we pass some of the piers, we'll hit some of the piers as well. There's a pier right over here. I caught a 21-inch rockfish off the other day, on a beetle spin, for that matter, a little light tackle, so it's kind of spooky. Thought he almost got away, but he didn't. Anyway, we'll hit this. We'll get back here shortly. My kayak, I wheeled it down from up there where you can see my Jeep way up there, and we'll go from here. Okay, before we get started, I want to talk about my setup I have on my kayak. I have a native kayak. I love this boat. It's 10 foot long. It's lightweight. I got it from Patuxent Adventure Center. They sell kayaks. They're also a bicycle shop, but they're a great shop. This is a great boat. I take it in the ocean. I take it into the bay and the creeks and the rivers. It handles very well. But I do carry a lot of things with me. I keep my tools there. My pliers, grippers, scissors, forceps, extra paddle. You never know what's going to happen with the pedal system. This one hasn't failed me yet, but if you get in shallow water, I can pull up a paddle like this and then paddle around in it. It has 13-inch draft, so if you get in some weeded area, you may have to paddle a little bit. Have a crate in the back. A lot of times I'll carry a cooler back there to put fish in, dry box, keep my tackle in it, or keep fishing if I'm keeping fish. Has rod holders on it. The crate has rod holders as well, and then it has a staging rod holder up here. Anyway, so like I said before, we're going to throw some jigs on and see if we can be casting them and catching with them. Okay, first fish of the day, inshore lizardfish. Caught them over there under that light. Little bitty guy, they're aggressive. Not coming up to 14 inches, they're fine, but I don't think they're edible. Anyway, cool fish. Rockfish. Let them go here real quick. Caught them underneath the dock there on this jig here. Same jig I caught the inland lizardfish on. So if you fish around the docks, don't discount them. Yesterday, or actually yesterday, earlier in the week, that dock right there I caught a 21-inch rockfish off of. But the tide was up. You can see where the tide marks are on the pilings, but you never know. So cast at it, and I caught that fish on the beetle spin. Anyway, we'll go here. We'll fish this point on the other side of the pier here shortly. See what we pick up. Okay, that's somewhat of a better fish. It's still not legal. It's only 17 inches. We'll let her go here real quick. Okay, anyway, I caught it off this point here, about as far as I am. That's at maybe 40 feet. The point's shallow, the tide is down, you can see where the tide line is at. So the fish are sitting out here, they're facing into the current. As you can see, the wind is blowing this way and it's a creek, so it's running this direction. So on the leeward side, fish will face into the current, waiting for bait fish to come at them. Cast up the windward side, let your bait come to you, obviously, and to the fish, and the fish, the rockfish or whatever fish you're fishing for, will rise up and eat your bait. It's pretty cool. Not the size I wanted, but this is a nice little speckled trout. Got him off that little floating pier right there. This little jig I've been catching fish on. Anyway, let's get back in the water. Okay guys, here we go. This is a red drum. Caught him on this little small jig I've been catching the other fish on. Caught him right out there, maybe 30 feet from me. Pretty fish. He's only 14 though, he's not legal. Very, very cool though to be catching that here in Mill Creek. They may not be here next year. From what I hear, they're cyclical, they come and go. So they're here this year and we've been catching them. They're fun. With respect to my retrieve, I would cast out, whether in 3 foot of water or 10 foot of water, let the bait settle to the bottom, then lift a rod tip, do a slow retrieve with a quick jerk of the rod tip once in a while, then repeat that. Okay, here we go. And Mill Creek bluefish. Caught him right over here. Trolling over here. Kind of cool catching them. His heart's beating 100 miles an hour. Let me get him back in the water. There you go. A little bit bigger trout. Still not the right size, but pretty cool. And he's drumming right now. Did you know that trout are actually drum? Pretty cool. Here you go, guys. Another trout, sea trout. Like I said, they are actually a drum. As you can tell, they're very, very pretty animal. Still undersized. Catching them out here off this point. This is the 4th or 5th I've caught. I think it's the 5th. I'll have to go back and check. Anyway, cool. I got him on a little bitty jig that I've been catching on, and we'll see if we can get a bigger one. We finally got a perch. I think I have 16 rockfish, maybe 8 trout, a redfish, a lizardfish, and there's one perch here. So, kind of small fish, not really what I was looking for, but we'll just keep at it for a little bit longer, and then we'll see what happens. You guys, it's kind of cold out here this morning. Just got myself another redfish. Aren't they pretty? Pretty cool drum. Anyway, we're gonna let him go. Things have been kind of weird. Fish are kind of small, but I've been catching plenty of fish. Anyway, we'll keep at it. If it doesn't produce much more, we'll just call it quits here shortly. So, talk to you later. Okay, just caught this perch under the pier there. He's 10.5 inches. He's a nice keeper size. Caught him on a little Mr. Twister tail jig. Cute fish. That's probably about it for me today, so we'll get back to the pier and we'll talk a little bit there. Okay, I've been catching a ton of, I think maybe around 28 or so rockfish, all schoolies up, but they're eating these menhaden now. Started catching them on a jig, orange paddle tail, and this is what they're munching on. Hey guys, back here at soft launch, getting ready to pull out of the water here. Ended up, I believe I had 12 trout. They're all fairly small. 8 perch. Biggest perch probably, I think it's 10.5, 11 inches. 28 rockfish, none of those keepers, they were all schoolies. Kept messing with my my bite. I moved up to a bigger jig and they were still eating it. And then 2 of the redfish, and they were undersized too. The biggest was 14 on that. Anyway, fun day, a bunch of fish, and I did catch one bluefish too, so, and the inland lizardfish. So it's fun, casting small 1/8 ounce jigs with a 3-inch paddle tail. Didn't matter what color I had, gray, and I had a green and blue colored, and the fish was eating that. Then I used all those baits up, ended up going to a Mr. Twister, gray, silver color. They were eating that as well. Rockfish and the perch and the trout. And then the bluefish and most of the rockfish I got on a 4-inch paddle tail, pink in color, orange pink in color, with a 1/2-inch jig on it. Anyway, fun day fishing, a lot of fish. Nothing legal size to keep, but I don't keep fish anyway. It was a blast. Talk to you later.